Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Caleb Stanley, and today we're going to be talking about an upgrade I made in cameras. So let's dive right into the video. So we're just getting straight into it. So right now I currently own the Sony FX30. If you watch my channel, I say this in every video, but you know I talk about the Sony FX30 a lot. And I'm going to go over why I upgraded to this camera and what camera I upgraded from. So let's get into it. So this right here is my old camera. If you can't see it, this is a Canon camera. Let's just say that this camera is decent, but I'm glad I upgraded. So again, if you don't know what this camera is, it is the Canon R100. Retail price probably around $400 with the lens. Not an expensive camera at all, and not a bad camera, actually. A lot of my family movies and family projects that I have filmed in, and even some old YouTube videos that aren't on my channel anymore, but that I made were filmed with this camera right here. I still do a little bit of photography at my church, just with a way bigger lens. This bad boy has it's an EF lens, but with an RF mount or adapter. And I pair it with my Canon R100 to get a very good focal lengths from 18 to 200 millimeter lens. So yeah, I still do photography actually with this camera quite a bit, more than I thought I would. But I'm going to tell you why I switched and invested in a camera that's around over $1,000 more than it. So again, as you all know, I currently own the Sony FX30, which is one of Sony's cinema line cameras, and it is super good. It's fun to use, and not only that, but it is a cinema machine. And it does everything that I want it to do so well, and it has taken my images from really grainy and just not that great to full-on movie production, and that to me is amazing. I've had this camera since, I want to say, either 2023 or 2024. This camera has been with me a long time, and I was super excited when I got it, and I still do think this camera is a really fun camera, and it's a good camera, but I really wanted to upgrade because this couldn't really shoot in that much 4K. It's an APS-C sensor. We'll get to that later. This is actually APS-C too, but it's just for the camera. You can tell why it's a little bit cheaper than a lot of cameras, which isn't a bad thing. If you're actually starting, I would say the Canon R50 would be a better way to go, but this is the R100, and I think it's still a great camera. But if you want to start, I would actually recommend not getting the R100, only because another reason I hated this is because it has no flip-out screen. The R50 is the same camera pretty much, I think a little bit better specs, if that's how you say that, I don't know, but a little bit better features, and it actually has a touchscreen and a flip-out screen, and that's what I thought I was getting, but I was wrong. Still a really good camera actually, and I filmed a lot of family movies and projects, but I upgraded to this Sony FX30 because for those of you who know the YouTuber Ryan Trahan, which I'm sure you do, I was watching one of his videos, and it was actually his Disney video, where he stayed at a lot of hotels, and every scene he got was so cinematic and amazing, and I was like, I've never seen that in a Ryan Trahan video, and I love the way that looks. Well, come to find out, he actually had the Sony FX3. Well, I typed in Sony FX, and my Amazon said 30. And I looked at it, and I was like, oh, wow, this isn't the most expensive camera in the world. Still expensive, but if I work all summer, I can get this. Well, then, even though I was working, I later found out that he has a Sony FX3, and I was trying to get the FX30. And the FX3 right now is around $4,000, $3,800, anywhere around there. It's an expensive camera with just the body, actually. And the only thing that differs from the FX30 and the Sony FX3 is low light performance, and the fact that the Sony FX30 is Super 35 and the FX3 is full frame. That's the only difference. And actually, believe it or not, the image on the Sony FX30 is sharper than the Sony FX3. Yeah, I got in more into the Sony FX30. I was researching about it and come to find out that this camera was really good and actually beats the FX3 in a lot of things. If you want to see what it really compare and contrast video of the Sony FX30 and FX3, go to my YouTube channel and you will find it. But yeah, so basically I was just looking and I was like, wow, this camera is really good and there's really a lot that this camera can do. And I think I'd rather get this, because if not, I'm going to be, it's going to take me years to make up this money, and then I would still need a lens. So I think I'm just going to get the Sony FX30 and use that, because that is my dream camera. I'd rather have that than the Sony FX3 right now. And I got it, and it is an amazing camera. It can shoot in 4K 120, 4K 30, 4K 24. The only thing that the Sony FX30 does not do a good job in is 4K 120, because, it needs way better low light. The low light performance on this camera is not the greatest in the world, but it's still actually really good. Really good. But when you're shooting in 4K 120, I can be in this environment with it being day in the background, and my footage looks like crap and super grainy. So, yeah. But besides that, everything that this camera does, it does such a good job in. It has built-in LUTs, it has shutter angle, it has really cool recording indicators, and it just has so much more that I love about this camera. Of course, you have the LED screen, you have a power zoom option if you have a power zoom lens. I don't, but that's okay. And you can just adjust so much. And this camera genuinely is amazing, and it does a great job at what it does, and I love it so much. So that's a few reasons why I upgraded from the Canon R100, this little thing, to my Sony FX30, and it was a huge upgrade. Huge investment and upgrade, but it was worth every dime. I love this camera so much. It is such a great camera, and if you film weddings or you're looking to get serious about your video or cinematography, I would recommend this camera, because it is a great camera and everything about it is super fun and super cool. And it's a really nice camera. Again, part of Sony's cinema line camera, so it's a cinema camera. Just their cheapest option, but that does not hold it back from being good. It is phenomenal. I know I've said how good it was like 1,000 times, but genuinely, it shocks me how this is like $1,800. I got mine for $1,600, and it's as good as it is. It is goated. So that's it for today's video. I want to thank you all so much for clicking on my video and watching it. If you all enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and helping me out, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.